background acting. So I heard you honeys want to get started in background acting? Well, you come to the right video because I'm going to spill the tea and let you know how to be a background actor. Stay tuned.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
Hi my little honeys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Anastasia, also known as your fave social media girl. I am an actor based here in Toronto. I do both principal and background acting. One week I do acting related videos, and then the other week I'll do fun videos like fashion and hauls, reviews. Please, 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 please don't forget to subscribe and also follow me on Instagram at Anastasia_Piero. Before we get started, I do have a confession to make. I'm not drinking coffee in my iconic coffee snob mug. I am drinking mint tea. I ate something that is not making me feel the greatest. Just don't think coffee is the best idea right now. Last 3 days, I actually was on set for background because I booked continuity. It's been crazy. Like, we've started at 2 o'clock and I came home last night at 6 in the morning, and it's been like that the last 3 nights in a row. My body is so confused. Maybe mint tea will be good for the soul. So this is going to be about how to get work in the background industry, getting signed up with an agency or a website. A little FYI, this video will be more primarily geared towards like signing up in the Canadian background. I will touch a little bit on the American side of it. Most of the time between Canada and the States, it is quite the same. But if you don't wanna start off with this video first on like the background side of things, I do have another video that I did kind of like your guide to background acting. I'll link it down below in the description, or you could just press on like the little card thing that pops up right now. Let's get started, honeys. I have split this video into 4 parts. The first one is just going to be the basic of how to get started in getting background work. The second part of it is going to be how to register with the websites like agencies. And then part 3 is going to be all about unions. I'm going to talk about both American and Canadian union. And then the last one is going to be your like overall do's and don'ts tips on the whole background industry. Anyone can be a background actor. You do not need any sort of experience whatsoever. The only thing you need is to have citizenship or status in the country that you are residing. I really recommend background acting for actors who are looking to start out and don't know how the industry works. 2 things you want to consider before you get started in this industry is how serious you want to be about background acting. Primarily in Canada, to find background work, it's split into 2 ways. You can do it through websites and you can do it through agencies. If you're looking to do background work serious, and I'm saying this as like a full-time job, then I would go the agency route. When you're with an agency, there's a lot more of a commitment with the agency. You are signing up with them. Most of the time, if you are non-union, you will be signing a contract with them. You're going to be paying a non-union fee. You're going to be paying them registration fee, and they will be sending you out all the time because they are making 10 to 15% commission off of what you book. If you choose to go through websites, the difference with the website is commitment obviously level is a lot lower. You pick and choose of what castings you want to go to. As long as you meet the requirements, then you can apply for it. The one thing about websites, it can be sometimes sketchy if you're applying for non-union stuff. Always make sure you read all of the information. You just don't want to put yourself in danger. Paperwork, you're all doing that on your own. So in terms of figuring out where to go, hair, wardrobe, what to bring, what not to bring, what time, you are the one who's doing all the searching, the emailing, figuring all that out. When you're with an agency, they send that all out to you. So in the States, it kind of works a little bit differently. They don't have per se like agency and then website the way we do here in Canada. It's a combination of both. 2 websites that I know are pretty popular in the States. One is called Central Casting and the other one's called Backstage. You do have to pay a monthly fee for them if you want to unlock all of really good casting calls and stuff like that. You can have an agent like call out to you, say, hey, you fit the requirements, can I send you out for this job? But then you can also at the same time look for your own stuff. If you're going to go into websites for agencies here in Canada, some good ones, Cast Caller, Kijiji, Mandy, eBoss, or Facebook groups. Facebook groups, you just type in where you're living. So if you're living in Ottawa, you just type in Ottawa background extra work, Toronto background extra work. Websites for Canada, all of them you don't have to pay a monthly fee, but Mandy.com, if you want to find good gigs, you do have to pay a monthly fee for them. It's not a lot. Some really good background agencies, or like the ones that kind of are like the main ones I would say in Toronto. There's Morgan Rickman, Melissa Lee Talent, talent, background cast agency, TFX. Yeah, so those are kind of like the ones that you see a lot on set. So that's part one of how you find the background work, either through agencies or the websites. Part 2, registration with websites, agencies, etc. Same vibe for both American and Canadian websites / agencies. You will have to fill out a profile. That's number one. It's gonna ask for your height, your weight, all of your measurements, your skin color, your hair color, ethnicity, do you have a card? All of that you're gonna need to put into your profile. Same thing if you're going on websites. With websites, they look at your profile. So when you self-submit yourself to a casting, they're gonna see all of that. Profile is really, really important that you fill all of that stuff out. You're gonna need headshots. Do not pay for $800 beautiful headshots. This is background acting. You're not doing principal acting. I've seen actors who will go and get beautiful headshots done for background. They're not looking at that. They need to see your full entire body, what it looks like. These are the photos that I went and added into my background agency's profiles. You're gonna do maybe 3 to 4 changes of outfits, things that you know for a fact that you can get casted in. I did one casual one. I did like more of an dressier kind of me in that like black dress. And then I did a bit more of like daytime cute kind of feel, you know, something that matches my age and just something that I would 100% be casted in all the time. Have a head shoulder one that's a nice close up of your face. Then you'll have a medium one, and then you'll have a full body as well. You do not need to wear any crazy makeup. Try to be a bit more on the natural side. Once the registration is done, whether you're on the website or you're going through the agency, you will sometimes need to pay a registration fee. This fee will be for people who are non-union or AABP. AABP stands for Extra Additional Background Performer. The fees are not usually that expensive. They range between like $75 to $150 depending on the agency or the website. You shouldn't be paying $200 to $250 or $300. Most of the time you'll pay a registration fee for the agency, and then you'll have to also pay for the fact that you're non-union. Reason is why non-union get a lower rate. Otherwise, if you're going through a website like Mandy.com, you'll have to pay a monthly fee. Same with the American 2 websites, Backstage and Casting Call, you'll pay a monthly fee, and you might have to pay a registration fee for being non-union as well. And it's typically like $50 to $75, something like that. What happens is then the agent then is gonna see it. The agent will either call you or email you when a gig pops up that you are in the requirement area. And then if you're on a website, you don't have to wait for anything. You could just literally pop onto their database and take a look of what's being casted in your area. And if you fit into anything that they're looking for, you just self-submit and go from there. Unions. Bear with me. Unions are very confusing. American Union for the arts industry is called SAG-AFTRA. They also have non-union and then union. Only 2. When you're non-union, it means that you have no credits whatsoever. The union does not have your back. So if something happens and you are hurt or something dangerous, you cannot call the union to have them help you out. If you are union and you have a credit, you are now part of the union. And what happens with that is that, so if something ever happens, you literally contact the union at any time of day, 24 hours, 7 days a week, and then they figure it out. The only thing is that once you become part of the union, you are not allowed to do any non-union work. If the union finds out that you're doing non-union work, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. What happens is that once you get one credit, and the credit through background, it can work differently. I think you have to work up to like something like 180 to 200 hours for the States of union work, then you can get your credit. In Canada, you need up to 3 credits to become a full union member. In the States, that doesn't work. You just get 1 credit. Then what it's called, you have a 30 days must join. So within those 30 days to do as much non-union work as you want to, get it out of your system, because then after 30 days,
you must join the union
and pay the fees. Once you become union, your pay rate does go up, but in Canada, the rate does go up double the amount of what you're getting paid as a non-union member. For Canadian Union, so the Canadian Union here is called ACTRA. You can be what it is, non-union, apprentice, and full union member. There's also that thing that I told you, the AABP, which is the Extra Additional Background Performer. Same kind of deal. When you're non-union, you're doing non-union gigs, you can do union gigs, but what happens is that they need to fill up the union actors and background actors first, the ones that are full members with 3 credits. Then they go to apprentice. Apprentice means you have 1 credit or 2 credits. You're considered an apprentice. then they fill up with apprentice. And then if they did not find enough people, then they will go to non-union and see who is out of non-union that they can take for the union sets. You are gonna get paid, I believe it's $14 or $15 an hour if you're non-union. I'm part of the union, so it's a bit different for me because I also do principal acting, so that is kind of connected. Once you become apprentice, you are getting paid the union rate, which is, I think it's $29.25, I believe, and you are then only working on union set. What AABP is, you're part of ACTRA, the Canadian Union, but you're still getting non-union rates, but you do get ACTRA benefits. You can use a lot of their services, so that's kind of like the plus on that side. It's really good for people who are beginner background performers because it's kind of like your step in for the union to see if this is something you like, if you're interested in. All you need in order to become AABP is a proof of citizenship or permit resident, obviously your like headshot pictures, and then you have to have worked 15 days in the past year. Once you choose to become your AABP, after if you work 200 days of being the AABP kind of performer, you can then work towards becoming apprentice and then eventually becoming union. So that's kind of how you can get your first credit being apprentice, then 2, and then 3. I have a lot of my best friends who are actors say that they'll never be part of the union because they don't want to. They want to do the indie films, they want to do the non-union, they don't want to be a part of a union, they want to have freedom in what they're doing. They can do union and non-union, and that's completely fine. For me, I've always wanted to be part of the union. That was a goal that I've always had for myself. There's no right and wrong whether you want to be part of the union or not be part of the union. If you're in Canada and you choose to get signed up with an agency, make sure that they're not an exclusive agency. Exclusive means that if you're with that agent, you can only be with that agency and you cannot be with any other agency at all. Usually they'll say that in the contract or somewhere on the website. Don't forget that the rate for a non-union to be signed with an agency is between $75 to $150 a year. If it's more than that, it's mostly a scam. Just read through everything that you're getting. You have the right to take the contract and read through a couple of days. Like, you do not have to answer right away. If you aren't sure, message me on Instagram, comment below, or my email somewhere on this YouTube thing as well. So please, I'm more than happy to look at something to make sure that it's good. I want to make sure you're safe doing this. Otherwise, just like basic stuff, don't be late, follow the rules, just do your job, and most importantly, have fun. I'm currently on a show right now. I book continuity with 5 other girls that we've been kind of like together. It's just been amazing. We've been having such a good time, so I'm happy to do it. This is the end of the video. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Please reach out to me, comment below. Let me know what next video you want me to do acting wise. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Anastasia_Piro. I love you, honeys. I'm gonna see you all next week. Oh, also BTW, next week is my birthday, so it's gonna be a birthday vlog. Bye.